in with another, this is a rather big one here, but I'm going to put our finely sliced avocado in there with our rather not so finely diced red pepper. Now with the halibut, I don't want to cook it all the way through. I don't want it to be too overcooked. If anything, I just want to tan the top and bottom, just so we get that nice kind of yellowing at the top. I still want the white meat. I don't want it to go black. So a few more minutes on there. You figured it out yet? I'm going to add the yam. I'm going to mash it up, keeping the skin on, because that's where we contain all of the fiber in the skin. Mash up the yam, add it to our pepper and avocado, and have that with a kind of a Mexican twist with our halibut, which, as you remember, I put Italian seasoning on. You see how we're kind of going with the seasons here and with different nationalities and countries? See, I'm catering for everyone. This is international dining here. So we have our yam 2, yam 3. Now we don't need all of this, so I'm going to put one of those yams back because I'm going to have that with my meal. I'm just going to cut this into a few more pieces. And this is how versatile the foods that we have are. I've used I mean, you can count the different items of food I've used on 2 hands, and yet we're making easily double those meals. Okay, watch this. Really simple and easy. Yam, we've already cooked it. We cooked this earlier. Still warm. In goes with the avocado. Again, if you want to use a little bit of like olive oil in there, some flax oil. Let's mix this up. This is quite dry because we microwaved the yam. We didn't have it too soft, remember, because we don't want to break down all of those complex carbohydrates. So I'm actually going to add a very small amount of omega-3 fish oil, because like I said, we're not getting the fish oil from the fish. If this were salmon or mackerel rather, then there would be no need to add this. We would have the oily fats we need to be getting from the fish. But seeing as though it's halibut, or if it were cod, orange roughy, we can add a little bit more fat. So I'm just going to mix it all up, mixing it together. Now this may not look that appetizing there, but wait till we get it on the plate next to the fish, which should be just about ready now. I'm going to take my fish plate, I'm going to take my spatula, heat comes off. Beautiful fillet of halibut there. Look, I mean, let me put this back. We just cooked this at home, very simple, and I've seen fish go for $20, $25 in a restaurant that doesn't look as good as that, and it's certainly not as big. That cost me less than a quarter of that cost, and that's 2 portion sizes there. So one other thing, I'm using quite a big plate here. I have big meals, I have big plates, but again, not a trick, but a way to kind of coax your body is if you have smaller plates and your meals fit on that plate, if it's a 6-inch diameter plate, in your mind, you're going to be thinking you're eating probably more than you are. If you have a big plate and you have a smaller meal, you may want to continue eating because you do not feel like you've had enough food. So think about that. Don't fill your plates up with as much food as you can, especially when you're eating out, because the plate will allow for the food. Eat the foods you need and know when to push it away. The Japanese have a saying called haribachibu, which basically means eat until you're 80% full. That doesn't mean keep eating your food until your stomach starts to pop out over your jeans. It means eat, slowing to chew, masticate if you like. I like that word. Masticate your food 10-15 times before swallowing, and then repeat, putting your knife and fork down, your cutlery down as you do so that you take time to digest and enjoy, savor the food. Okay, so we're nearly done. What else can I add with it? Well, we had some veg left over, didn't we? Excuse my use of hands here, but I'm gonna position the beans, the broccoli. You see how easy? We had some leftover food, and already I've used pretty much all of it except the fish, which took just a few minutes to cook, to make another meal. And if I weren't talking for all of this time, I could have cooked 6 whole meals throughout the day in about 15 minutes. There we have it. Meal number 5 or 4, or take the yam away, meal number 6. Whitefish halibut with, again, steamed, we microwaved it, but steamed broccoli, green beans, and French beans, and a great source of fats in there with the omega-3 fish oil, the avocado, good source of carbohydrates from the yam, and a great tasting, highly nutritious meal there. What do you think about that? So that pretty much wraps it up for the end of our nutrition segment here. Muscle Chow with me, Rob Richards. It's about core nutrition, eating for not just the core as in six-pack and keeping lean levels of muscle and low levels of body fat, but also about eating the core nutritious foods that we've been using today. We've basically had, like I said, 8 to 10 different pieces of food ingredients that we've made at least 6 meals out of, that I can easily make a further 6 or 7 out, and it's been very cheap comparatively to what we would have to pay to eat this out or to buy it ready-made. So again, going over those 3 most important factors that I first spoke about. It's eating certain types of foods, lean proteins, low in fat, high in the biologically availability factor that the body can make use of, complex carbohydrates, a good mix of soluble and insoluble, low glycemic, and good fats. Omega-3s, 6s, don't have any saturated fats. Fats at room temperature that are solid you should not be eating. So that's eating the right types of foods. Frequency, eating smaller portions throughout the day, every 3 or 4 hours. And the final one is how much. Again, portion. Make sure that you have a small plate about 6 inches in diameter, and within that plate you approximately create thirds, that you have a palm-sized portion of protein, palm-sized portion of carbohydrates, complex carbohydrates, reducing them throughout the day, and then a good serving of greens, mixed greens, leafy vegetable greens that aren't too soft when you cook them. And there you have it. If you can follow basically those simple rules that we've talked about today, then within a matter of weeks you'll start to see a big difference in not just your conditioning with more of a six-pack coming through with lower levels of body fat and starting to see conditioning throughout the whole body, but you'll start to feel like you've got more energy throughout the day. You'll start to feel like your skin, you won't just start to feel, you'll start to see it. Your skin will improve, your mood, your vitality, your ability to sleep and recover better. You'll get better pumps in the workout. The list goes on and on and on. But with me being around all of this food and time for me to eat, the biggest thing for me now is just deciding on which meal I'm going to eat, because they're all good for me, they're all healthy, and if it weren't for my competition in 1 week from now, I could eat any one of them. So I think I'm going to go with my favorite almond butter with banana and cinnamon. I've been Rob Richards. I'll be back with you again real soon, either back in the gym or back in the kitchen, talking about more Muscle Chow. And until next time, hopefully you found something helpful and useful with a lot of the segments that we've gone over today. And look after yourself, have fun with it, be creative, and I'll see you back here real soon. Take care.